Yo, how do y'all feel about traveling to the States? I bring this up because there was this survey that was published that said 52% of Canadians said traveling to America right now isn't safe for all people. I think the words here matter because they weren't asked if they feel safe. They were asking if they think, all people or other people should feel safe. So it seemed like it's a bit of a broader question. And to that question, I say, yeah, there's certain people who probably shouldn't feel safe going to the States. And I kind of thought about this, and I'm kind of in that boat where I don't know how I feel about it personally. I'm not afraid of going to the States, but I tend to avoid it just because of everything going on. They're arresting people with green cards. Like, even if you have a green card, but you're, protesting something that the American government doesn't agree with, they'll stop you. I've heard both anecdotally and personally about people getting stopped at the border and having their phones searched. So that's kind of like, I don't want you going through my phone. And then everyone's like, well, just carry your burner phone. And they're like, well, they still really get at you about that too. So I don't know. I know a lot of people who travel to the States, no problem. They don't understand why everyone's all hesitant and fearful. And for my case, it's always been like this. It's not just, Trump's in power, now it's changed. No, it's kind of like, since I was a kid, man, I always felt a little uncomfortable going to the States just because the racism I felt there has always been a little harsher than the racism I felt here. But obviously with Trump, there is a bit more pronounced level of, oh shit, they're detaining people if, they're pro-Palestine or if they're anti-Trump or if they said anything that the government doesn't like, they could. I mean, once white people started getting detained at the border, that's when I knew shit was fucked up. You know what I mean? That's when I was like, all right, I get that people like me and people of other brownness, them getting stopped, I get it to a degree. That's always been somewhat of the American policy to a degree. But once white people start getting detained and 14 days in bars, I was like, oh shit, if y'all ain't safe, what luck do I have, right? So that's what I was kind of like hesitant. But I know with the Leafs going and playing Florida, I know a bunch of people traveling make that trip down, and they're just like, I don't get why you guys are so scared. And I'm like, I don't know, man. For me, definitely, there is a level of, if I can avoid it, I will. There's a lot of places here I can go. I can always go to Mexico if I want somewhere warm. And there's plenty of places here I can go golfing. We're in spring now, right? Don't got to go to Florida to get that fixed anymore in the winter. But I don't know. How about you guys? Are we all just being a bunch of, scaredy cats? Is it just like, whatever, man? Just, if they do it, what can you do anyways? And I know a lot of American Sikhs are just like, you guys are being weird, man. Nothing's going to happen to you. They're not going after you as long as your paperwork's good. So I feel like the news has a different story. So maybe I should just stop watching the news fully. But I don't know. How about you guys? What are you guys thinking? Let me know. Till the next one. Peace.